Right, there's effectively 3 races in the game that you can use for your soldiers, your agents. There's humans, which are all these guys. All these guys are humans. I can't show you any of their races just yet, but we'll see them soon enough. Each day, this renews basically, and you get different soldiers. Some of them stick around eventually. Some of them will leave the pool, but you can pick your soldiers and your researchers from here, as you can see. We've got humans. We have hybrids, which are from the experiments the aliens did from the first Alien War. They are human sectoid hybrids. I can't show you in a minute, but if you look at the bottom left there, you can see the psi energy, psi attack, psi defense. They're very poor on a normal human, but on a hybrid, those are much higher. They're usually around 40. If I was to hover over, I can't do it in this window, I can do it in the soldiers window soon when I equip them. They have each of those stats is from 0 to 100. So the hybrids will usually be around about 30, 40 ish. Ideally you want them as high as possible, and they can only triple. So they need to be ideally 33 or higher, so that the maximum they can get that they would be able to get is 99. So anything above 33 or higher is good. Anything lower than that, then well, they're not as useful. They're still useful, but not as useful. We don't have any spare biochemists that we can get, so we can't replace this rather poor one here at 70. You need 80 or higher. But obviously the higher the better. Really poor. I'd only really use something like that late game. 83 and 72, so 62, you're gone straight away. So what do we have left? 72, so we've got something lower than 72, which we don't, so that's fine now. And our engineering team, so highest is 78 on that one, 86. So we've got 72 as the lowest, oh no, 71. 71 replaced with 78, and then we've got 72, so 75, and that's as high as we're going to get. Excellent. So that's that done, and I didn't set my timer so I know how long I've been going. I'll set that to there. Okay, so that's his research sorted out. Now, these have obviously been fired, so they've left, but they'll be here soon. Next is to have a look at our agents. That's one of our new agents. Obviously he's not here yet, so we rip their weapons out. I always do this first so I can see them and give them weapons that are going to fit what their stats are best going to be used for. So high accuracy is going to be snipers, because that's what they're going to be doing early on, help increase their accuracy a lot, which is very, very useful later on. Smoke grenades I never use. Stun grenades are really useful. I might not actually use them as often as I probably should, but they are really useful, especially when it's early on in the game. You can just launch stun grenades. Into the enemy. Later on they're not quite as useful, but still useful when you've got a big group of aliens. I can throw one of them in. Okay, so that's that. So he's not particularly brilliant. She's okay. They're not particularly brilliant. Okay. Okay. Alright. So we've got a fairly mixed bag. Some are okay, some are not. You need grenades. You definitely need grenades. There you go. Okay, medkits as well. Everyone needs medkit, regardless. You can't afford to send agents out without medkits. Although I have done it before accidentally, and then been very close to losing an agent. Your body armor, if I'm hovering over them now, you can see they're actually in pieces. You can take them off. You have your agent underneath there. Each has a weight and an amount of protection. So this will affect their speed, obviously based on their strength. She's actually pretty strong, so her speed's not going to be affected too much. Obviously the weaker people, and especially the hybrids, they're very weak, so you tend to give them lighter armour. On the second week you'll get lighter armour that you can buy. It's more expensive, but it's much lighter, so they can actually keep up with these guys running around. Okay, so have we only got one of those? Surely not. Didn't think so. We usually start with 2 of each. Okay. Pistols, useless. Never use them. They're just so bad. Reasonable power, but they're just not good enough. Just not good enough. Machine gun, standard. Everyday weapon. All weapons have a aimed snap and like a burst fire. Well, burst fire, but you know, a quick shot sort of thing. Whereas with the other games, some of the weapons didn't have an auto fire, which made them less useful, because auto fire is what you tended to use mostly, unless you were at really long range and you had a good chance to hit with a powerful weapon. But all weapons have got all 3 modes. The only difference is their fire rate. So obviously you've got a fire rate of 83, so it's quite a high fire rate. Range of 56, which is like an average sort of range. Accuracy of 30, which is again sort of an average-ish sort of range. Between 30 and 40 is average. That's the clip for it. And probably going to go on to a next video.